7:30 is your time this morning. Welcome back to Good Day Columbia. We continue our look at how those New Year's resolutions are going into the new year. It's time for our Get Fit, Stay Fit segment. Our fitness guru, Christy-Seguin, now from New Life Fitness Center, has been telling us about what we've been calling actually New Year's revolutions more than resolutions.
Yes,
okay.
Because we want to make big changes in our life, and that takes revolution. A resolution is just a promise, I'm going to quit something. A revolution is deep, lasting change that actually creates a revolution in your life and turns things around for the better.
And one thing you wanted to focus on today was just this lack of support obstacle. I'm curious why you chose that. Is that something a lot of people struggle with?
It is, and it's a shock. We went over several things last week, obstacles to your fitness, and it's everything from fear to lack of planning, lack of knowledge, things like that. But one that people run into that they're not really ready for sometimes is the lack of support, because you think, well, wow, I've made a decision to get fit, I'm going to eat right, I'm going to exercise, I'm going to do all these things. And then they get into their circles of their friends and family, and they find that they don't get the support that they thought that they would. And many times they actually will sabotage the efforts.
Okay, so you mean maybe I'm out and just I'm like, hey, let's go grab some junk food and eat, like that kind of situation, not even realizing I might be counterproductive to my friends?
Well, possibly something like that, but actually people will say, oh, I'm going to choose this food, and they say, oh, why are you going to do that? And a lot of times it also comes from a place of love, like, oh my gosh, I don't want you to waste away. Are you getting enough nutrition on that diet? Et cetera, et cetera. And a really good example, I was so proud of one of my clients this week, because she had a really traumatic event happen. And she was out with her friends, and they were like, get you a pizza, a pint of ice cream, go home, dig in, get snockered, whatever. And she said, no. She said, that's only counterproductive, because I'm going to hate myself later if I do that. That's going to create a vicious cycle. So instead, she got up, came to the gym, met me. I showed her some really good kickboxing moves that will take out a lot of aggression and to help. It's very therapeutic, cathartic. And she chose to eat right and come to the gym instead of doing something that was detrimental to her health. And I just thought that was fantastic.
So how do other people find the strength that your client did to say no?
Well, a lot of it's motivation and finding somewhere that you do get support. She said that she heard me on her shoulder, that I was the little voice in her head. So it just happened to be that as her trainer, I was the support that she needed. So each person is going to have to find that support, whether it's a friend, a family member, or joining a gym, group, organization, whatever it takes to find people who have similar goals, who will support you and hold you accountable, because that's another thing. If you're out with people and they know that, say you're on a diet and you start to order something you shouldn't, maybe they should go, hey, you sure that's something you want to be doing? And that's another great thing, is the accountability of having people who are like-minded who will support you. I know in the classes that I teach, both the men and the women, they'll ask if someone doesn't come, they're like, where is he or where is she? Are they okay? They'll call them sometimes, say, we missed you. That kind of support and camaraderie is very, very important.
Do you think it's a good idea to share your fitness goals so your friends know that they need to support you through this?
I think so. I think the best thing to do is to talk with people. Because, like, for example, if you go home and your mom's made your favorite dish, she's doing it from a place of love. The last thing you want to do is hurt her feelings. That is the last thing you want to do. So what you need to do is approach it from a positive standpoint and say, mom or friend or coworker, whoever it is, this is my goal. I'm really trying to do this, and I love what you're doing for me. I'll take a little piece and I'll take it home and I'll eat it later when I've got my planned cheat meal for the week or something like that. And ask for the support. That's the best thing to do, is just talk to people and ask for the support.
Any other advice we need to highlight, either to someone who's trying to make those good decisions or maybe a friend that's trying to be supportive?
Well, if your friend's trying to be supportive, kind of look at what they're doing, and like I said, accountability is great. A lot of times the fact that you are trying to improve your health actually triggers a fear in other people, because it makes them realize, hey, I'm not doing everything I should be doing. And so maybe you can be a positive influence on them. Never preach, never judge.
Certainly.
But just, live your life in a way that they say, wow, I'd like to be more like that. And you can make a positive difference in their life without ever being negative toward them or their choices.
I love the ideas you have of just creating this positive support system.
Well, that's the most important thing, and people just don't realize. Like, you go to the family reunion and everybody's, they're like, here, eat this and do this, or you're wasting away to nothing, or making comments or something. You don't make comments to them, but they make comments to you if you choose to go the healthier route many times. So you just have to be prepared for that. And that's falls under some of the other obstacles: lack of planning, be prepared, lack of knowledge, know what you're doing, find someone who can help you.
Excellent. And you're back with us every week. Do you mind giving us a little peek at what you got coming up next week?
Oh, next week's going to be great. Probably the most asked question I get is, so what exercises do I do for my abs? The second most asked question is, so what do I eat? Well, I'll give you the answer to the first one right now. Abs are made in the kitchen. So next week we're going to talk about, so what should I eat? And just give you some really good general guidelines on how to prepare a healthy nutrition plan.
Amazing. I look forward to that one personally. Thank you so much for joining us again.
You're welcome. I enjoyed it.
We'll be back next week. All right, still to come on Good Day Columbia, a new direction in Washington. Some lawmakers calling for change as Congress gets into full swing. We'll take a look at where business is heading when Good Day Columbia continues.